Good evening, Kim Ratliff, Vice Chair at Large.
Thank you. If there's no objection, I would like to suspend the rules, and I've just learned that Vice Chair Ratliff wanted to make a statement. So, Vice Chair Ratliff.
Thank you. Madam Chair, members of the board, citizens of Mecklenburg County, I want to apologize for my words regarding the county manager's search that may have offended the citizens of Mecklenburg County and my colleagues. My comments were meant to encourage all candidates to apply for the position and not meant to exclude anyone.
Just someone who is not a white male.
I realize now that my comments may not have been appropriate, and I regret having made them. It is important to me that the board, as well as the citizens of Mecklenburg County, know that I believe our next county manager should possess strong leadership skills with executive experience in the private sector or local government, and one who can lead and implement our vision for Mecklenburg County.
Just someone who is not a white male.
I, Kim Ratliff, look forward to working with the next county manager. Thank you.
Just someone who is not a white male.
Our next speaker is Mr. Wayne Powers.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Madam Vice Chair, Commissioners, and staff. I appreciate Vice Chair Kim Ratliff's apology, prepared, brief as it was, and offered only after a closed-door meeting with our county manager, our county attorney, rather. But it rings a bit hollow in light of a week of refusals to apologize and dismissals of those who have been offended and hurt. If Commissioner Bentley had made a comparable statement indicating a preference for, quote, not a black male, end quote, she would have been universally condemned as a racist, and justifiably so. Nationally, Paula Deen, her business partners are now abandoning her in droves because she admitted to using a racial epithet 30 years ago. Ms. Ratliff's comments from a week ago are far worse and merit a far stronger response. Words can hurt, and a hateful word may be unacceptable, even repugnant, but at the end of the day, it's still just a word. For Ms. Ratliff to advocate discrimination against someone for a job strictly because the color of his or her skin is not just an insult or a bad word. It's the textbook definition of racism itself in all of its ugliness. This county commission needs to take strong and immediate action to repudiate that disgraceful statement and the commissioner who made it. This is not a partisan issue. And double standards, I agree with Commissioner Leek that double standards are wrong. As many of you know, a few years ago, there were other intolerant comments made from this very dais by a white male who is also a member of my political party and who was also my friend. I spoke out just as loudly, if not louder at the time, demanding his censure. Not just for the 3 minutes afforded me here, but for 3 solid hours on Charlotte's 50,000-watt radio station. Racism and bigotry are wrong and repugnant from any person of any color. Double standards, whether in the morning newspaper or at the government center, only serve to provide cover for moral failure while they create misunderstanding, foster resentment, and incite racial disharmony. So, you are our leaders, all of you, and tonight we look to you for leadership. So I implore you, please do not lead us down a destructive path by doing nothing. Ms. Ratliff should be prevented from voting or participating in the county manager hiring process in any way. She should also be censured and replaced as vice chairman of this county commission, and because she has clearly demonstrated she is unfit for that position of public trust. Silence is consent. So I ask you tonight, who among you on that dais would consent to the public advocacy of racial discrimination in our county hiring policy? Please stand up and be counted, because the public needs to know who you are, or you can do nothing tonight and we'll know who you are anyway. Thank you.